So now we are starting that alteration of share capital as per section 61. Means uh, what basically we mean about the alteration of share capital. So here it is any type of increase or decrease in the authorized share capital, then it could also be termed as alteration of share capital. Okay, and also consideration of shares into larger domination means consideration of shares into a larger denomination means a larger denomination if we consider it if we consider we have a consideration for such share into a larger denomination like there is a 10 rupees per share and larger denomination could be 100 rupees per share, then it could also be considered as alteration of share capital. Also conversion of shares into stocks and vice versa means if we convert such shares into stock or we convert such stocks into share, then it could also termed as share into stock into share, then it could also be termed as alteration of share capital. Now split of shares, subdivision of shares into smaller denomination means if we are smaller conversion splitting the shares and subdividing the shares into a smaller denomination, then it could also be termed as alteration of share. Now diminution of share capital means there is a reduction of share capital, cancellation of unsubscribed portion of issued capital. Like if some portion is unsubscribed, then it could also be termed as alteration of share capital as per section 61. Section 61 alteration of share capital. Now reduction of share capital. Reduction of share capital under section 66. There is a procedure of reduction means what is the procedure of reduction? Check that the company has not made any default in repayment of any deposit or interest thereof. Means reduction of share capital, we need to check out that company has not procedure of reduction, that company has not made any default in repayment of deposit and interest also of such deposit. Then check that reduction is authorized in the articles means that is authorized as per the articles of the company. If there is no default of the depositors, company shall convene a general meeting and pass a special resolution. Means if depositors are agree and there is no such default, then company has to contain a general meeting and pass a special resolution. Thereafter, company shall apply to the NCLT for its confirmation and sanction. Means NCLT approval or NCLT confirmation is required in such case if they wants to reduce their share capital. So what are the requirements we have read here? That there has to be authorization as per the articles. Company has not made any default. It's also then company has to convene a general meeting and pass a special resolution. Thereafter NCLT confirmation they need. So there is authorization, then company has not made any default, and then a general meeting, a special resolution, NCLT, the tribunal on receiving the application to a tribunal after receiving such application, then it may send it to CG, MCA or any CG means we know that what is the respective authority of regarding to such matter. So registrar, SEBI if any, and creditors of the company for their objection. Means company tribunal has to send to the various stakeholders to for such uh, for to get the objection from any other stakeholders. If no objection within 3 months, it is presumed that they have no objection to reduce the share capital. So if a company NCLT has not received any of the objection, so NCLT may think that there is no objection as such, so NCLT may pass such order that company may reduce that share capital. So on receiving the NCLT confirmation, company has to publish the NCLT order in such a manner, means NCLT has to confirm after 3 months, then company has to publish NCLT order in such a manner as directed by NCLT. Then publishing in such case, publishing in the newspaper also, the newspaper only that they are talking about. So company has to publish the NCLT order, then file the copy of special resolution passed with registrar of companies. Also the a copy of the special resolution has to be filed with the ROC within 30 days in the form number MGT 14. Means MGT 14 has to be filed within 30 days to the ROC in case of reduction of share capital. Then the file of the NCLT order with the registrar of companies within 30 days, means to the ROC also that a copy of the NCLT has also be filed. Means what are the requirements of the company? That first, company has to check out that it is authorized, it has not made any default, and has to convene a general meeting and pass a special resolution. Then the special resolution has to be filed to the uh, ROC, and confirmation also required to the NCLT that has been filed. NCLT, after receiving such information, shall give it to the SEBI and various authorities within 3 months. If the authorities asking any objection, so if they have not, NCLT has not received any objection within 3 months, then it is allowed. Then after NCLT confirmation, the company has to publish in such a way as NCLT may direct. Okay, so the registrar of companies shall make necessary changes and issue a certificate. NCLT order has also been filed to the ROC within 30 days. Then the registrar of companies shall make necessary changes and issue a certificate confirming the reduction of share capital as a conclusive evidence. Means the ROC shall make necessary changes. Necessary changes has to be made place and issue a certificate confirming the reduction of share capital. Means ROC has to do the remaining part. ROC has to register this thing that company has reduced its share capital. Otherwise, how do they get to know about the confirmation? Okay. So another is ways of reduction of share capital. So to return surplus cash to the shareholders, that is pay off any paid up share capital which is excess of bonds of the company. What is the way? Basically, how do they reduce their share capital? What is the reason behind of reducing such share capital? So basically, they want to return the surplus cash to the shareholders. So one of the method is also a buyback. No? There also they are reducing their share capital. So basically, they want to return the surplus cash to the shareholders, pay off any paid up share capital which is in the excess of bonds of the company. Means company doesn't want such amount. Now eliminating losses, whatever be the losses, the company wants to prevent themselves from any type of compromise arrangement. Also, it could be a better way for preventing merger amalgamation from takeovers. Now, as a part of a scheme of compromise and arrangements, that is extinguish or reduce the liability on any of its shareholder in respect of the shareholders not paid up. So what is the basically the reason? First reason is that they want to return the surplus cash. Company doesn't want such a amount and company wants to reduce its liability. Then company may return surplus cash to the shareholders and in such a way that reduction of share capital can be done. Now eliminating losses, company wants to prevent maybe preventing the payment of dividends, cancel any paid capital which is lost or unrepresented. Means company wants to reduce its burden. So in such a case, company can also do so. As a part of scheme, compromise and arrangement, extinguish or reduce the liability or any of its shareholder in respect of the share capital not paid up. Means let's go into the example, then we'll get this thing into get it here. So share of the face value of rupees 100 fully paid up share can be reduced to face value of 75 each. Buyback 25 rupees per share. Okay, then face value has been decreased, so it is a part of alteration of share capital as per section 61. Now if the share of the face value of 100 rupees each fully paid up share is represented by 75 worth of assets, in such a case reduction of share capital may be affected by cancelling face value is this. In such a case, reduction of share capital by writing off, they doesn't want to buy back, they want to write off such shares. Now if the shares are of face value of 100 rupees each, for which 50 paid, the company may reduce them by rupees 50 fully paid up shares rel- relieve the shareholders from liability on incurred capital of 50 rupees per share. So that could also be termed that company wants to reduce such types. Now, what are the methods of reduction of share capital without sanctioning to the tribunal? They doesn't want to move to the tribunal. They doesn't want any route to the tribunal. What is the method in such case? Surrender of shares. They may surrender such share. Forfeiture of shares. Diminution of capital. Redemption of redeemable preference share. Buyback of shares. So we'll do these things in another lecture.